Hello everyone, I'm Sean.
This is Hoon.
And we are the Courageour Frights back once again for another movie review from Montreal. This will be our last review.
Yes, this is the last movie we saw at the festival, or the week that we're at here.
Yeah, for Fantasia Film Festival. So this is The Beast Within. So we can do our plot synopsis.
Yeah, we'll do the plot synopsis here. So, the haze of childhood is a magic lantern that throws light on the wall through a veil of dark, both frightening and exciting. And nowhere is this better articulated than The Beast Within. Kit Harington is a father with a secret that he is desperately trying to keep under control. His mysterious excursions at night leave him his ailing daughter plagued with questions. The old timeless house in the woods that she lives in with her caring mother and absent father feels more like a haunted castle than a loving home. As she investigates her father's bizarre and dark behavior, a monstrous figure emerges from the shadows, terrorizing those who encounter it. Supported by her grandfather, she attempts to unravel the mysteries of the creature, and the revelation that she discovers will rock her family and leave her forever changed.
All right, so I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say that this is essentially a werewolf movie.
Yeah.
I think there was a trailer for this that had that in there. The most shocking thing to me was that this is apparently distributed by Universal. So, like, it had the Universal logo at the beginning. This is not a Universal film.
Yeah, it's almost like they try to do another Wolfman film, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, this is almost more like A24 does Wolfman. There's a lot of building dread and this sort of like suspense. It's a very slow burn. But I think your enjoyment of this film is going to go down one of two paths. Either you're somebody that really likes monsters and like specifically werewolves to be an allegory for something, and you're not really that concerned whether or not that appears in the film itself. Or you're somebody like me who's a guy that's really into creature features, and we love werewolf movies because cool werewolf design and carnage, and this does not have that at all. This actually might be the most subdued werewolf film I've ever seen. One of them, anyway. There's almost no werewolf action at all, so I'm just going to get that right up front. So the film, as I said, is almost entirely built around this like foreboding sense of dread. Like it's building to something horrible. And then the payoff, not so much. It was almost to the point that we basically believed that it was an allegory for something, like an abusive father or like alcoholism or something like that, more than it was an actual werewolf, although that makes no sense within the context of the story.
It's I don't know, it's very slow.
Yeah, it's a really slow film. It's essentially they take a guy out, they tie him up so that he can go through his werewolf cycle every month. They lock him up in a castle ruin with like a pig or something so that he doesn't hurt his actual family, which is something that was done in other werewolf films. Like the 2010 Wolfman movie did this. And this film does basically the same thing, but with more focus on the family. It's more about the family of the werewolf than the actual werewolf. It's go home and be a family man.
Pretty much.
For Wolfmen.
Pretty much.
So, as you probably could tell, I wasn't super enthralled with this film. But I can see the appeal for some. People are probably going to go see this because Kit Harington's in it, because of Game of Thrones fans. It does have a good supporting cast. The little girl's really well acted.
The little girl plays a pretty decent job, and the mother, I thought the mother did pretty well too.
And the grandfather does a pretty decent job too. He's I can't remember the name of the actor, but he was in Braveheart, he was in Highlander, he's the Scottish actor. He did a decent job too. But that's basically it. There's literally only 4 characters in this movie.
Yeah, it's literally like the set was pretty much like a farm and like a woods, and that was like pretty much it. Yeah,
it's very small in scope, which is one of the reasons why I'm surprised Universal picked this up. Like, it does feel like an A24 or a Neon film. What we do get from the werewolf is not much. It's mostly like shrouded in shadows. The transformation's CGI, and it doesn't look any better than 2010's Wolfman.
No,
like it's not.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't feel like this movie was about the werewolf.
No,
at all.
I'm pretty sure it's about the relationship between the family.
Yeah, which is fine, I guess, but that's just not my thing. So, like I said with the cryptic review, if you saw that, this probably was not made for me, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. You don't have to like every single movie. But the one other thing I'd like to point out is this tried. It seemed like this tried really hard to nail the sound design.
I did not like the sound design of this thing at all.
Yeah, exactly, because it was loud noises. Like they really emphasized that.
Being the theater that like they have here in Montreal, it's pretty loud, and it's just loud wind noises, and like it was or like this weird reverberating noise, and it's just like
it was trying to be like scary in the sense that it was trying to build more suspense. Mm-hmm. But it literally just sounded like they blew wind into the microphone.
Yeah, it was.
Like it didn't have any good sound. Actually, I don't think there was a single howl.
Yeah.
In a werewolf movie.
It gets to that point where it's like, it's so loud. It's like it's trying to be scary, but it's like not.
Yeah. It was just very muddled.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, this is just, it's too loud.
Yeah.
For a scary scene.
Well, it's loud, but there's nothing.
Yeah,
it's just loud noise. It's not anything discernible.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah, and the other issue with the film too is it's trying to build this. Like, I don't know. I've seen films do this where they build like a camaraderie within the family, and then the kind of gut wrenching aspect of it is seeing that family torn apart. Mm-hmm. This guy was a jerk right from the start.
Yeah.
Like, he's just very abusive all the time. So it's not... Well, I guess he always had the werewolf virus anyway. Because it's a family trait. Which does happen in, like, British folklore and stuff with werewolves. That it's more like a family thing passed down from generation to generation. More than necessarily getting bit by one. So... it does do that. So I guess he always was afflicted with the werewolf syndrome, lycanthropy or whatever you want to call it. But he just, like I said, if you're going to do the tug at your heartstrings, family bond shattering type thing, it's like the guy has to be good to begin with. And we get a lot of that in flashbacks of stuff we never saw. So you really don't build any, like, feeling for this character because all the stuff that's happening is happening off screen, or it's shown to us in almost a slideshow of clips that we never saw happen in the first place. So like that means nothing from an emotional level, at least from me personally. So
yeah, it's kind of hard. It's really hard to like even connect with this character. Really, it's just because of the way it's portrayed.
Right. So I think is there anything else you want to add about this particular?
Not really.
Okay, so I think it's going to do it for our review of The Beast Within. However, I want to say some things about the short that came with it.
That one, on the other hand.
Yes. So if you stuck around for the review this far,
yeah,
there was a Spanish short film that translated to Be Right Back or something like that. It was like Ahora Vuelvo or something like that. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was good.
So it was a very short and sweet story about somebody's mom going to the store. This little girl's mom goes to the store to get dinner, and she doesn't come back.
Yeah, like it starts off in like the morning, but she's like, "I'll be right back." And by the end of the day, because she's watching TV, so she's like...
Yeah, she's fine with it for a while.
Yeah, she's like engrossed in the television type of thing.
Right. She's just watching cartoons all day long.
Yeah, and the mom was like, close your window, you'll get sick.
Yeah, close your window, you're going to get sick. So I guess Spanish or the reverse of Germans.
Yeah.
Because in Germany, you keep your window open to
Pretty
avoid
much.
sickness. So a few hours pass, it's dark now, and she hears a knock on the door, so the little girl goes up to the door, and it's like this creepy voice saying, "It's your mom, let me in," kind of thing.
Yeah, she's like, are you really my mom?
Yeah.
Like, I am your mom. I'm just stupid because I lost my keys.
Yeah, because it keeps saying like really vague things.
Yeah.
And then eventually it breaks into the house. It's like a weird vampire, like doppelganger version of her mother. This actually had good sound design.
Yeah, because it's very unsettling because they basically say that it's like, I don't know if from the sound of design, it feels like there's like 3 people saying "my daughter" in like Spanish, but it's all like reverberate. It's like it sounds really weird.
Yeah, it was really scary compared to everything else we saw at this festival. Yeah, I would say without a doubt that was the scariest thing we watched.
Yeah, it was very unsettling
at this entire festival. That would be my pick. If you could pick one movie that was your favorite, I think it would be that film, even though it's a short.
Yeah. Because it's pretty good. I could see this being something with maybe a movie being
like
made
a feature film
in the future. I don't know how these shorts are done. I don't know if they use shorts to make into like, I don't know, maybe like a studio sees it or something. Like, oh, let's make this movie, which I know that does happen.
It does happen.
But I can see that happening with this one.
Sometimes it happens specifically with Spanish language films because that's exactly how Mama happened. It was a short that was made. I think it's Andrew Shetty or somebody made that, and then he made the short, and then it got picked up by Blumhouse, Universal. Somebody picked it. I don't know the studio exactly, and ended up being a feature film. A film I actually really like a lot. So I could see this getting picked up. I think if anybody deserves getting a feature-length film from the shorts that we saw, it's the creators of this film.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So again, that was called Be Right Back. Ahora Vuelvo, I think in Spanish. Not 100% sure on that. But that was an excellent film. So I would recommend that short film. It's like 10 minutes long. Much more than the feature that we watched.
Yeah, like they had it show up first, and I was like, ooh. That's hard to...
kind of showed up the actual film.
Yeah, it was really good.
So that's our thoughts on The Beast Within. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Put a comment down below what you want us to review next. We're done on festival films for now.
Yes.
So we'll be back to doing weekly movie reviews for regular films. We'll probably be doing Deadpool or something next, and then we'll just see what happens after that.
And if you ever have a chance to go to Montreal...
Yep.
This is a pretty beautiful city, so it's a place to go check out.
I do recommend the city and this festival as well. Fantasia's been great. So, like I said, give us that thumbs up. It helps the channel out a lot. And consider subscribing for more like this in the future. And you too could feel a strong welling within. See ya.